Welcome to Seahawks Today. I'm your host, Will Ortner. And you know what? Sometimes I like to listen to other people talk about the Seattle Seahawks, especially when they are NFL experts. Daniel Jeremiah knows the ins and outs of the NFL and football in general. He's probably forgotten more than I will ever learn about football. And he said some crazy things about your Seattle Seahawks the other day. And the more I dove into it, the more I realized maybe they weren't so crazy after all. We're going to get into that in today's show. But before we do, I need your help. I'm growing the Twitter. We're getting faster and larger over on X right now. I'm just 12 followers away from that 900 mark. Remember, you want to follow me on Twitter because as soon as there is breaking news on your Seattle Seahawks, I'm tweeting out important information that you need to know about them, the latest injury updates, key stats, and figures that you might need going into a game or coming out of a game. So go help me out. Go smash that follow button over on X. Now, I want to talk more about what Daniel Jeremiah had to say. He was doing some radio over in Seattle, and he was talking about the ins and outs of the Seattle Seahawks football team, what was making them so good. And I thought it was very fascinating that when he was having a conversation with Mike Salk, one of the hosts of the radio show, Salk asked him, who do you think the best team in the NFC was? And Daniel Jeremiah kind of sat there for a little bit, and he said, you know what? If it was up to me and you said, hey, who are the top two teams in the NFC? I'm replaying that Week 5 game in Lumen Field with the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think that's shocking. And he even went on to say, like, hey, I know the Green Bay Packers are very good. Hey, I know the Detroit Lions are playing very well. The Cowboys, if they could ever get a defense going, who knows? I mean, maybe Washington gets it figured out. Maybe the Bears have it figured out. Who knows as you go through it? And I didn't even mention the Rams or if the 49ers ever get healthy. But he said to his eyes right now and all the stats that he's gone through and the different coaches and scouts that he's had a conversation with, the best teams in the NFC are your Seattle Seahawks and the Buccaneers. Right now, Daniel Jeremiah went into better detail about why he loves your Seattle Seahawks. And frankly, the thing that I found the most impressive when it came to DJ was his understanding of what this offense was, his understanding of what this defense was, his understanding that, hey, this team is really freaking good right now, but they're only going to get better. And frankly, as a Seahawks fan, I cannot believe that this is my life right now. I'm doing the LeBron James hanging out by the pool. Oh my goodness, I'm smiling through it all because my team, our team, in Week 7, frankly, going into Week 7 of the NFL season, is viewed by an expert in the league as one of the top teams in the NFC. And frankly, if they're one of the top teams in the NFC, then they have to be one of the top teams in the NFL. We're going to get into the reasons right now of why Daniel Jeremiah picked the Seahawks. And the first one is he says you have a superstar QB in Sam Darnold. And I know that there have been moments where I've been critical of Sam Darnold. Frankly, some of you have let me know that I've been too critical, and I've looked in the mirror and thought about it, and everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. But I'm here to tell you right now that Sam Darnold is an elite talent, and he's playing like an elite quarterback in the NFL. No one is more efficient right now in the league than Sam Darnold. And what I mean by that is if he throws the football, it's going to a Seahawks receiver, and it's going to be caught. Right now, when it comes to his efficiency, he's getting the ball out quickly. He knows when to wait and throw deeper balls because a wide receiver is going to be open based on the defense that the opposing defense is playing. But most importantly is he isn't throwing bad incompletions or having multiple turnover-worthy plays. It feels like he's had a couple dumb throws every now and again, but it's still better than what most of the QBs are doing in the league. When you look at this graph right now, Sam Darnold is ahead of Patrick Mahomes. He's ahead of Aaron Rodgers. He's ahead of Lamar Jackson. He's ahead of Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Drake May, Matt Stafford. The list goes on and on and on. Because what this graph is telling you is that right now, according to PFF, not only does Sam Darnold grade highly, that means he's making the correct plays and he's executing them. But he's also getting an expected average play more than what he is supposed to. If you are at that high end of this graph, you are playing as a number one QB, and Sam Darnold is playing as the number one of number ones. I think the most impressive thing, though, is when most people think of efficiency. It's 1, 2, 3, get the ball out quickly. It's quick throws. Hey, hitch here, slant there, out there. Everything is within 4 to 5 yards. I think what's most impressive with Sam Darnold right now is he's taking what the defense gives him, but when they give him a deep ball, man, does he take advantage of it. Our Patriots host on Chat Sports right now, Brett Alper, is going to love the next photo that we have cooking up because it's both of our guys. Both of our guys are doing well. Right now, Drake May, Sam Darnold are the only two quarterbacks that have a completion percentage of over 70% on balls thrown 20 yards through the air or more. That means when Sam Darnold's throwing the football, 7 out of 10 times he's throwing it over 20 yards, that ball is going to get caught. The league average, the picture says it, 40%. You are 30% better than every other quarterback not named Drake May in the NFL at throwing the ball 20 yards down the field. That leads to big plays. If you're catching the ball at 20 yards and you just get tackled, well, hey, you just got a first down, and then, well, frankly, you would have got a double first down. But most of the time when you're completing balls like that, it's not just a 20-yard catch. It's a 30. It's a 40 because our wide receivers are making guys miss. According to PFF right now, this is a great tweet that they put out. Sam Darnold is number one in completions. He is number one in completion rate. That means when he throws the ball is getting caught over 50% of the time. That includes his throwaways where he's just dirting the ball. He's throwing the ball far out of bounds. He's got 1,600 passing yards. The kid is unbelievable. And when it comes to his yards per attempt, man, there's nobody better. Sam Darnold is elite. He has finally jumped onto the scene and lived up to the billing that Colin Cowherd and others gave to him when he was coming out of USC. You cannot deny what he is. Daniel Jeremiah said it best on his show. It's the funeral for the butts. There were multiple people coming in saying, yeah, Sam Darnold's good, but. Sam Darnold's good, but can he play without Justin Jefferson? Sam Darnold's good, but can he play without Jordan Addison? Sam Darnold's good, but can he play without a run game? Sam Darnold's good, but can he play without Kevin O'Connell? All the buts are gone, man, because Sam Darnold can do all of those things, and he does it at a highly efficient level, at a rate that is making him a top 10 QB in the league for your Seattle Seahawks. So why the sudden jump? Because most of the time you don't see guys suddenly get better at the age of 28. You don't see guys get suddenly more athletic at the age of 27. You don't see quarterbacks continue to have bad season after bad season after bad season, then explode onto the scene. Why is Sam Darnold jumping? Well, he is a good QB, but his skills and strengths are being pushed forward and shown at a greater rate because of the offense that we run here in Seattle. I'm going to tell you what that is, but first I got to ask you a question. Have you been impressed with Sam Darnold this football season? Is he your franchise QB? Do you want Sam Darnold in Seattle for the long haul? Type Y for yes, type N for no down in the comments. Clint Kubiak has created the perfect system for Darnold. Now you saw Kevin O'Connell do the same thing in Minnesota where he plays to the strengths of Darnold, but Darnold is an old school QB. Darnold is the type of quarterback that is going to do best when the defense doesn't know what could be coming at them. Could it be a run? Could it be a pass? Could it be a play action pass? It leads to more opportunities for Darnold to take advantages of the weaknesses in opposing teams. Right now, opponents do not know how to defend him. He has the ability when he needs to tuck the ball and run, but more importantly, defenses don't know if they should sit back in coverage and let him pick them apart down below, or if they need to press up in coverage because if they do, Jaxon Smith-Njigba and Torrey Horton are absolutely burning them deep. And if they go somewhere in between where they got guys short, they got guys deep, Cooper Kupp's finding open lanes. Elijah Arroyo's starting to do more. And I don't know if you know this, A.J. Barner and the Barn Stomp little celebration, I see that show up every single week on my Seattle Seahawks game day watch parties. A.J. Barner is excelling, so is Sam Darnold. What Seattle does a great job right now is not tip what they are doing by alignment. What do I mean by that? We're going to go and get a little bit of football IQ going here for you guys here on Seahawks Today. When I'm talking about tipping an alignment, when you have a quarterback that is under center and the running back directly behind them, every play in the playbook essentially is open for you. You can run the ball inside left, you can run the ball inside right, outside left and right, whatever you need to do. You can run a counter, you can run a power, you can run inside zone, you can run outside zone. You cannot do that when you are back in a shotgun and you have a running back sidecar to you. When you have a running back that is to the side of you in shotgun or to the side of you in a formation, teams can eliminate 90% of runs to a certain side because the running back is already there. It's very difficult to run a same side power. It is very difficult to run a same side inside zone. It's very difficult to run a same side outside zone. So defenses can look at your tendencies and goes, okay, well, these plays can get run to the left because the running back's to the right, and these running plays can get run to the right because that's where the running back is. So we know where to go now. Well, when you have a running back that's directly behind you, everything is open. The defense is completely stressed. They have to be prepared for every single play on both sides. And so that's when you can throw different keys at them. You can throw a false pull from a guard. You can use a play action pass where Sam Darnold's faking a handoff to Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet because it's more effective because the linebacker has to treat it like it could still be run that way. Everything is open. And Sam Darnold is taking advantage of that. He's using deception to beat teams right now. And he's not afraid to get the ball out quickly. When I was listening to Brock Heward kind of go through with Daniel Jeremiah the game style that Sam Darnold likes to play, it's similar to how the quarterback position was run in the 90s, in that West Coast style. Hey, don't be afraid to fake a handoff here. Get the ball out quickly on your timing routes. Clint Kubiak is excelling at pushing Sam Darnold's strengths to the forefront of this offense. And right now, man, there's a lot of reasons to love Seattle, but that's the number one reason for me and number one for Daniel Jeremiah. I'm going to tell you what the number two reason is for your Seattle Seahawks here in a moment. But before I do, I need to talk to you about today's proud sponsor, PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on any 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if your picks are right, you could cash in. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. PrizePicks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off, which ones are overhyped. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on PrizePicks. I've got a 2-pick power play for this weekend. Travis Kelce, more touchdowns. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, more touchdowns as well for him. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Reason number 2 is this goodness gracious defense. They are after people right now. Your defensive line is dominating, leading the way. I mean, when you're getting 50% pressure on Trevor Lawrence, that's a tough one to stop. And that secondary, it's only going to get better. As a whole right now, your defense is doing better than expected when it comes to similar situations that everyone else in the league is facing. Right now, your defense is 4th best in the NFL when it comes to DVOA. What does DVOA mean, Will? Let's introduce some more football IQ. This is plays that you are doing better than expected based on averages from other teams. So essentially, if it's 3rd and 3 and the other team gets the first down 60% of the time, but Seattle against 3rd and 3 only gives up a first down 40% of the time, that means you are doing better than most of the other teams based on that percentage. It's basic nerd speak for, hey, your team's doing better than everybody else, and here's why. This defense is dominating. You are 4th in DVOA, and that's including a game where you gave up 38 points. This is a defense that is doing all of this without half of your secondary. And they're able to do it because of this group. This group right here, your interior defensive line, they are hell raisers right now. Leonard Williams led your team in pressures in the last game. He already has multiple sacks this year. Byron Murphy is leading your team in sacks from the nose guard position. 4.5 sacks on the year is insane. It's absurd. Nose guard, 8th in the NFL right now in sack total. And Jarran Reed, he gets overshadowed. He's playing pretty darn good too. I haven't even gotten into the edges. Uchenna Nwosu's been so impressive. He's got 4 sacks on the year, and he missed the first couple of games. So when you look at this defense, this defensive line is the leading group pushing you forward. You're just a massive, massive team. You have a great offense that is doing well, that is doing great in DVOA as well. Your defense is fantastic. Special teams-wise, you're the number one team when it comes to DVOA. You are the most complete team in the NFL right now. It's why you're number one in team DVOA. You're so good when it comes to DVOA that they are making graphs and making charts talking about what you can be historically. Right now, since DVOA was created in 1978, you are the second best team through 6 games, according to DVOA. Now, we're going to pretend and we're going to look the other way on DVOA at some of these final finishes for some of these teams because there's a lot of divisional round losses. But I'm going to look right at that 05 Pittsburgh team, and I'm going to look at that 2020 Tampa Bay team where they both won the Super Bowl because I think that can be you here in Seattle. If you're doing better than everybody else in the same position, you have to be doing something right. I'm sold, man. Early on when I was listening to the interview, I was like, what is Daniel Jeremiah talking about? Like, does he really think the Seattle Seahawks are the second best team at worst in the NFC? Because I'm a fan, I'm biased, and I still view a couple of the other groups as potentially better than them. But then I go through the list, and I go through the numbers, and I go through the football IQ of why is the offense set up the way it is. It's only going to get better, by the way. That rushing attack, it's only going to get better. When you look at the defense, hey, man, they're playing great, but they've had a couple of lapses. Well, those were lapses by backups, so they're only going to get better because they're going to get healthier. Well, shoot, Daniel Jeremiah, I'm sold. I agree with you, man. The Seattle Seahawks team is special. They are a team that can win the Super Bowl. They are a team that can win the NFC West. They are a team that should be playing deep into January if they can keep playing at the rate they are right now. I'm sold, Daniel Jeremiah. You have a buyer, the Seahawks team. I'm thinking soupy. Make sure you head on over to X and follow your boy. I'm tweeting out constant Seahawks information and news you do not want to miss out on. Some of that stuff doesn't always make it to the show, so you want to make sure that you head over to X and follow me. Until next time, I'll see you later.